and go.
Hello, Kushlings! Alright, daily upload number 2! Okay, so, I work in the GI Center. For those of you that don't know, that's where you get colonoscopies and upper endoscopies procedures done. I clean the stretchers that patients use, so you can say it's a crappy job. It's not tough, though at times it can get rough. It comes with the territory, just like any job. It's also safe to say you witness some strange scenarios. So I'll talk about just 2 of those I've had today, right? So patient 1, right? He starts to wake up from anesthesia and instantly starts to freak out. Linens start flying all over recovery. And starts yelling, "It's freezing!" And he is frantically just tearing off his gown and chucks it over the divider into the next cubicle. I look and I don't see any techs or nurses, so I run over to him and quickly reassure him he's in recovery and to calm down and breathe, He didn't listen. Surprising, I know, right? He kept yelling, "I'm cold! It's freezing!" This went on for a solid, good 3 to 4 minutes. Then out of nowhere, he just snaps out of it. Doesn't mention anything about it to the nurse, right? Doesn't even apologize about it. He just laughs about it, right? And leaves. Talk about a schmuck, right? Now, to patient number 2. Patient number 2. You really did it to me. Anyway, when a patient is dressed and ready, we tell them to wait in the waiting area, so that way I can clean the cubicle. And if the doctor hasn't spoken to them, they will in the waiting area. Nothing strange, right? So, I tell her to do so. She looks at me and says she has to speak to her doctor. So I said, okay, he will speak to you in the waiting area. 3 seconds of dead silence and weird eye contact. Oh, my nurse is in the next cubicle helping someone else. So I ask her if she needs to ask the nurse a question. But now, right, the eye contact and the dead silence and the awkward silence goes on a little bit longer. Then I hear no. So at that point, I tell her again to go sit in the waiting area. Now she looks at me again, dead silence, awkward eye contact, and tells me she doesn't want to walk alone. So I extend my arm, trying to hide my agitation. I tell her I'll notify the desk clerk you need to speak with the doctor. Now with a rude-ass attitude, "I know, but you kicked me out." Normally I'd ignore her and say, "Okay, he'll speak to you here." I made dead eye contact and said, "No, I did not, ma'am. I told you you cannot wait in the cubicle for him. Clear? Understand? Must I break it down for you more?" I admit it was very unprofessional of me, but, let's be real. This ain't a customer service gig. I clean crap. Just kidding. Anyway, yeah, I was wrong. Anyway, she sits there and finally the doctor comes out, but didn't notice her sitting where she was. But I see her, right? I see her watching him, hawk-eyeing this dude the entire time. Doesn't say a single damn thing. Then, after she does what she has to do and talks to the doctor, she goes and writes a report. It says that I kicked her out without talking to the doctor. Luckily, my manager was there and saw the entire thing. Otherwise, it would be investigated regardless. But, yeah, it didn't go anywhere. Alright, so if you enjoyed the story and the content, please sub up for more. Today's your birthday. Happy fucking birthday. Have a good one. I love you guys. Take care.